I think of this more as a tool than an accessory. We are providing you guys with a blank canvas to figure out how you want to make it work. Bottom line is it's a modular mounting system, whether you have this mounted to a wall, the side of your toolbox, or you're throwing it in your backpack at the end of the day. Hey guys, Matt here. Today I'm excited to share with you a new product line. If you follow us on social media, you've already seen this a little bit, but it is our composite MOLLE panel lineup. So you may have seen months ago we did a video where I drew on the whiteboard and I think we 3D printed a prototype on this idea of an EDC or a lightweight MOLLE panel. We continued to play around with that and then we brought it to production. So we are intending that this will be a full product line, but what I'm going to share with you today is the first product in that line as a way for us to introduce the idea. So right here I have the first size. This is probably the smallest size of the composite MOLLE panel. This is a glass fiber reinforced nylon material. The idea here is to create a lightweight, lighter duty MOLLE panel that's going to be a better fit for certain applications than our tech plates. Really quickly, I'll compare this to our tech plate. So this is our smallest steel tech plate. As you can tell, this is much, much smaller. We get a lot of requests for a smaller version of this, but we know that for a smaller version of this, it's probably a lighter duty application, which is why we ended up making this as our first size. So I'm going to set this steel tech plate aside for a minute and bring your attention back to this. So you probably also noticed between the two that the pattern is a little bit different. We've kept the MOLLE pattern, which is this 1 by 1.25 inch, 2-inch on center pattern here for the MOLLE features, but instead of the mounting slots, we've incorporated a series of slots for bungees, Velcro straps, sort of nylon webbing, whatever you want to use to make this useful for you, and I'll get into that in a second. So in addition to the panel itself, a key part of this product line is the attachments as well. So we actually are selling these two as a kit. You may be able to order them separately in the future, but this is, we're calling it a hardware kit. It's a set of composite MOLLE nuts, which are different from our old stainless steel MOLLE nuts, and standoffs. So this is kind of like just a fun thing, but it also makes packaging a little bit easier. I always liked, if you think of like your old model car kits or maybe like a cap gun or something, you're able to, this one's already broken off here, you're able to break the pieces out off of the sprue where they're molded. That's just kind of a fun thing, but it also keeps them together. So anyway, this is a MOLLE nut, a composite MOLLE nut. It's 1/4 threads, also 1032 threads, and it's gonna fit into these features. And it's got a nice slight interference fit. So as you can see, it's kind of stuck in there. I can pop it out. I could grab another one, put it into a different location. You get the idea there. So in addition to those MOLLE nuts, we have standoffs. So I think people are going to use this panel in a lot of different ways. This panel and other sizes of this panel. I kind of like the idea of setting it up with like an EDC or an everyday carry type thing where you could move it from your truck to your backpack to your briefcase to your house or whatever. In a case where you want to hard mount this, we set this up to use standard countersunk number 10 hardware that you're gonna be able to find at the hardware store or wherever. So whether you want a self-tapping screw or a machine screw, that kind of thing, those are gonna fit really well in these 8 locations. Bigger panels are gonna have more mounting locations. Then if you flip the panel over, you can tell that it looks mostly the same, but a little bit different in that these are no longer countersunk, they're recessed there. So we've got these little standoffs here. They're again gonna be a little bit of an interference fit there. So if I wanted to mount this on the wall inside my garage, hang my keys on when I get home, which may actually be something that I do today. My wife is always giving me a hard time about where I set down my wallet and keys. All right, so I've got these 4 standoffs. I've pressed them in here. So I can now maneuver this around, mount it up, whatever, and I'm not fighting with these spacers falling all over the place. So that is kind of the idea behind this system. As we continue to build out the system, I anticipate I know we will have a number of different sizes of this panel. We're gonna have this hardware kit, and I actually expect that we're also gonna have additional hardware kits. So in the case of the keys, we might have something where you can push or clip a hook in, that sort of stuff. So with that, you kind of understand the panel and the hardware kit. I will quickly show you now what I meant earlier with this elastic. So this is a really basic little piece of elastic with a knot in the end of it. These slots here, horizontally or vertically, grab either one you want, are meant to kind of capture that elastic And then if you had a roll of tape or whatever it is, these cleats on the side are sized so that you can pull this elastic, and as it elongates, it's going to slip in there, and then it's going to be stuck. If I wanted to really tighten it, I can do that. And then to loosen it, I just release it. If I wanted to do a second one here, same process. Slip it through there to capture the elastic. And then maybe I've got a heavier item and I want to strap it down using 2 of these. Same type of process. In addition to the elastic cord, we've got all of these longer slots. These are perfect for whether you've got 1-inch webbing or Velcro straps. I just have a long Velcro strip here. I know that some of them have like a cam over buckle type of situation, but if a Velcro strap might work better for you, that is certainly an option here as well. This system in general, I think of this more as a tool than an accessory. We are providing you guys with a blank canvas to figure out how you want to make it work. But you know, the bottom line is it's a modular mounting system, whether you have this mounted to a wall, the side of your toolbox, or you're throwing it in your backpack at the end of the day. So in addition to being lighter weight, which is better for a lot of applications, this system is also much less expensive than a traditional steel MOLLE panel. For example, this small panel with the hardware kit set is going to cost under $20. So whether you are using this as a part of your EDC and you're throwing it around your truck or your backpack, or you're mounting it to a flat surface, the wall of your garage or a toolbox, we're really excited to see how you guys make use of this product. To kind of double down on that, we've set aside 100 of these kits to start with. If you have interesting ideas or suggestions on how you might use something like this, shoot us an email, give us a call, comment. We're going to send 100 of those kits out at no cost just to get some feedback and some inspiration from you guys. So check back next week.